The default mindset is very closely tied to focusing on the outcome of what you want to happen instead of focusing on the process. I'll give you an example. You might feel anxious, or you might feel doubt that you're going to win a game, or you might feel just nervous before a game because you're worried about what's going to happen in the game. You're worried about who you're going to face. And that can affect how you play because you want to play with confidence. You can flip that around though, and you can be playing a game, you think it's going to be easy. Well, if you think a game is going to be easy, you're not going to give it the right level of energy that it requires. And you might get complacent, and you might take your foot off the gas. And in those situations, the default mindset of being ahead is going to cause you trouble, and you're going to get swept by another team who doesn't have that problem. So default mindset is essentially what we're trying to avoid, and everything that we're going to cover in the unit is about helping you craft a mindset that allows you to stay focused on the process and not the outcome.
The default mindset really comes down to being outcome focused rather than process focused, which is something we want to try and not do, especially within the world of professional Rocket League. One example stands out for me was going into Los Angeles in 2022, which was a major competition. And previously, in the previous major in Sweden, we'd 3-0 swept the #1 team from Brazil.
At the last, Cinco denied by the wall of OCE. Cameron Johns and Renegades have finally done it.
We were playing them again, and we thought, okay, we've done it before, so no worries at all. We can go and do it again. And we're really focused on the outcome. Is it going to be a 3-0? Is it going to be a 3-1? What's that going to look like for us? We already developed a bit of confidence, so we sort of just translated that into this major. However, ultimately, we actually got swept. We went into it way too focused on the outcome and not really focused on everything that we'd done prior to that, which is developing all the healthy habits, developing what active communication looks like within the team, developing trust within each other and how we respond to different cues, especially mid-series, and we sort of threw that out the window.
I mean, you can point to any game that I'm not fully focused and say that that's default mindset creeping in. I think anytime that you're too focused on the results, it will happen. So whether it's a big game or a small game, if you're playing the grand final that means everything, it can creep in because you're thinking about how much it means. If you're playing the worst team on the ladder and you're expected to smash them, it can creep in because you're complacent and you're thinking about smashing them instead of being focused on the task ahead.
We just came off having a flawless stage into making a roster change that wasn't needed, but a player got poached to a better region. We brought on Wettables as a support player, and we were kind of just riding the high still of being undefeated in that previous stage and kind of just expecting it to come easy. So obviously just underestimating opponents, just being overconfident, not putting in as much work outside of the game and stuff like that.
Shell shocked. You can see it on the faces of Bliss. They are shell shocked at that result, taken down.
So we kind of just had that default mindset going into like those first few play days. We just had to switch it up after that.
We let them playing better than we expected frustrate us, and we actually got swept. So we got swept 4-0 against a team where we probably shouldn't be losing. But having the mindset that, yeah, this is going to be easy, and then having a bit of resistance, I don't think we responded to that well, and we got punished. I mean, we missed Worlds based on that series, a series which is obviously winnable, and I think it's a good example of how overconfidence from the default mindset can affect your results as a player.
Yeah, I don't think in esports there is a should win. Especially I've been obviously playing R6 since I was 18, 19, now I'm coaching. The amount of times that I've seen should win games that I've been in, that I've, even comebacks and stuff, it happens every single stage, every single week. So I think, yeah, that should win mentality is something that is probably one of the biggest gets to teams when it comes to them losing games.
Probably one of my low points was my stage 1 of 2025. I feel like my entire team, our goals weren't correct, and we were very outcome focused rather than being process focused. And we found ourselves getting into games not fully focused, not preparing round by round. We were just thinking about winning the game and all of the wrong things. And with those expectations, it led to pressure and it led to doubt. And overall, we just crumbled on game day when it really mattered. Like when there was any stakes, no matter what, no one trusted each other. It was just everyone thinking about the end goal rather than focusing round by round and being a team, I guess. I mean, it's because it kind of was like that team we had was expected to win. Like it was like the most talented roster I've probably had. But I think one of the things that I learnt that stage is expectation leads to default mindset.